Hello. So I was on Reddit last night looking for oil weight recommendations for my Mazda 3 MPS because the manual or the car calls for 5 weight 30, but a lot of owners use 5 weight 40. So I was doing a bit of research to find out why. Turns out it's to mitigate failing turbo oil seals. Easy for me to say. But I came across a comment that blew my mind last night, and it was someone saying that they pay a mechanic to do their oil changes, so they just use whatever they recommend, because they don't have the tools or the knowledge to do their own oil change. So I thought that was pretty wild. So here I am today, changing the oil on this. I've got a camera. Let's put the two together. Might help somebody. Here is everything you need to change your own oil at home. It's not a lot, is it? The only thing not here is already under the car, and that is a jack. This is an old, really old jack that I inherited off a friend when he got a new one. So anything to lift the car, a little jack stand there to stop it falling on your head when you get under it. Jack stand. You'll need a way of removing your old oil filter. For me in this case, it's going to be this oil filter removal tool. You can get them at Halfords in the UK or on Amazon like everything else. You're going to need a ratchet and a socket. It's a 17mm for me to remove the sump plug. I've got some brake cleaner. That's always handy to have just to clean up the bottom of the engine afterwards. Helps for looking for leaks after. You're going to need something to put your old oil in. So an oil catch can or catch drum like this. These are really cheap as well. Again, you can get these in Halfords in the UK or Amazon. You're going to need a new oil filter because you're replacing the oil, and obviously you're going to need oil. So Google how much oil capacity your engine has. You'll probably find two values for that. So you'll probably find how much oil the engine takes completely, right? And that's from like a new engine point of view, where the engine's been rebuilt and you need to fill the engine for the first time. It always takes more. On a service, you don't get 100% of the oil out. Oil stays in places in engines or oil coolers if you have them. So you need less oil basically for a service. So in our case, it's about 5.7 litres we need for this Mazda. So went ahead and bought 6 litres, which should leave us a little bit for a top up, which we will definitely need because engines can use oil. Like your oiling rings and your pistons, they rotate. Sometimes all the gaps in the rings line up, and it will allow the engine to burn some oil now and then. Thing being the next thing, take off the oil cap. If you try and drop your oil just now, you've just opened a hole in the bottom of like a bottle filled with liquid with no air, can't get back in. So open that up and it will flow out a lot faster. Get your oil catch can in position underneath. Now, when the oil's coming from the engine down to here, if it's a windy day, if you're doing this outside like me, and you can see a bit of wind there, that oil stream can just blow everywhere. So get a t-shirt down to try and catch any sprays of oil. Next, loosen off the oil sump plug. Once you've cracked it, it should just run out by hand. So get your catch can ready. I'm going to do this without a glove because the glove will just get covered in oil. I should have mentioned, I forgot, I'm realising now because this is warm. Run the engine up to temperature first, helps all that oil to run out from the top of the engine. Although that will mean your oil is warm, so be careful. There we go, just missed the pan completely, just like that. And now we wait. And I'm going to clean my hand.
What happens when it gets too full?
The drum. This? It won't fill. There'll be enough space in it. Okay, next we're going to take off the oil filter, so we've just got to place this around the filter and then tighten it up till it's clamped onto it really tight, and then turn it anti-clockwise. Almost there. The tighter you get this, the easier it will be. It won't slip. Okay. Goddamn front panel's getting in the way. And then give it another go. Should be enough to get it by hand. There we are. So I will just pop the sump plug back in. That'll give it a little clean first. Don't forget to tighten that, but I'm just going to slide this over underneath the oil filter. Spin that off, it will be full of oil. And tip it out. Alright, so pop the new filter on. I'm just going to give the oil ring surface a little wipe just to clean it up. Like so. So first thing I want to do is actually fill this up on this car, because the filter goes up this way. We can fill this. If your filter is positioned this way on your engine, you can't fill it because obvious reasons, it will come out. But in this instance we can, so we fill it now, so that when we're filling the engine we have the right level on the dipstick before we start it, because this will already be full. So just like that, it doesn't need to be full to the brim, because if you do that, once you start screwing it into the threads, some might spill out, so get a bit more in. It does start absorbing that oil as the filter fills up, and it makes its way through the filters at the side. Yeah, it takes a bit more. That'll do. We'll just take a wee bit of this clean oil here and run it around that O-ring. That's going to stop the ring snagging as we tighten it up, and it's just the industry best practice. Gives you a good seal. Some people might say not to do it, but I think the majority of people do it. So let's put it on. Alright, carefully lift it up to your oil filter housing. Get it started. Make sure it is started before you let go. That's it. Then when you're replacing your filter, you just want to go hand tight. As tight as you can go by hand. As tight as this filter should be. Like that. Easy. Right, so before we forget, let's tighten up that sump plug at the back. There would be a torque rating for this, but let's just, you know, let's just do it tight. It doesn't need to be ridiculous. You don't want to round it out. Tight enough. Okay, now we can get out from under here, take everything out, take the jack stand out, put the car back down level, and we can fill the oil. Actually, just before we come out, I almost forgot, just like to give the bottom of the engine a little spray with some brake clean and just give it a little clean up while we're here. There we go. Clean enough for hoots for. Hardest part's done. Now it's time to put this in there. A funnel is a nice optional extra, but you don't need one. You can just sky pour it like a man. If and when you are pouring, pour it side on. If you pour this way, again, same with the way the oil was coming out the engine. Air can't get back into this container, so that's when it splurges and splashes about. But if you side pour it, you'll get a nice even stream coming out. Once you've started to get close to full, you're going to pull your dipstick and check where you are in relation to the max mark. And then once you start getting close, just start taking it easy with how much oil you add therein. So if I dip that now, should be pretty much on the money. It's actually just a little over, but that should go away when we just turn the engine over. I'm sure that'll be fine. If it's not, we could always drain some out. But let's see a bit once we run this for a few minutes and let that oil circulate around the engine. That'll disappear. So let's start it up. Cool little trick you can do with these Mazdas actually is if you depress the clutch and accelerator pedal when you start it, it will not fire, it will just crank, so that'll build up some oil pressure. So let's do that. Like so. And then let's start it. And we'll let it warm up again, then we'll turn it off. We'll let it rest for 5 minutes, and then we'll double check that oil level again. And then that's it. Not a hard job, is it? Alright, engine's ran for 5 minutes, it's came up to temperature. Engine's now rested for 5-10 minutes, so the oil's level's settled again. So let's just double check to confirm. If it's all good, it's job done. Get our dippity stick. And my rag's gonna blow away. One hand. Let's see if we can focus. There we go. Just a tickle above the dot there for the max, but that is nothing to worry about. Boom, job done. So that was how to change your oil. If you think that was hard, then pay somebody, but honestly, why would you do it? Just do it yourself. You can do it, like, it's easy. So Thanks for watching, see you in the next video.